do you want to stay independent?
4 tips.
You've got a choice, really.
They will want that back.
How do they go about that?
And we are back. We are back after what feels like a bit of a hiatus. I don't know why we took a bit of a break, but we did. And we are back bursting with subject ideas, bursting with energy, and hopefully with some red hot content for you over the next few episodes.
So what are we going to talk about today then? About fans or independence?
We're going to talk about independence first. And obviously, we're Liberty Music PR. Our tagline, our strapline is championing independence. So what does it actually mean to be an independent musician in 2025? And is it still relevant, Adam?
Absolutely. I mean, you've got a choice, really. Do you want to stay independent or do you want to sign to a label? Now,
when we say signed, I mean, it's hard to get signed as well.
Yeah.
It's still hard to get signed.
But for a lot of artists, that's their ultimate ambition. But then there's other artists who want to stay independent.
Yes.
But then there's other artists, the third group, which want to remain independent and then sign to a good deal. So I think there's a balance there, right? So
there is a balance.
I think when historically artists that have signed earlier generally got bad deals. And so the lesson is you get yourself a fan base, get yourself monetized, build a team, become independent, then sign a good deal with the label. Yeah. So how do they go about that?
Yeah, but very, very quickly, obviously being signed, obviously lots of our friends have been signed to various labels over the years. You've got to remember that suddenly all the control is taken out of your hands, okay? So you may want to put a track out this summer, but the label might have other ideas, and actually they might have a full packed roster putting tracks out this summer and make you want to put out a track next year instead. So you've got to sit there tight like a sitting duck and wait, and quite frankly, it's frustrating. Like you're not able to make your own decisions. First and foremost, like who wants to take that decision making out of your hands? I mean, the point of being an independent an artist is that sense of independence, is like you deciding when you want to put something out, when the time that's appropriate for you. It might be that you want to start playing out. The label again can interfere with that decision. They might be like, well, no, we don't want you playing at the moment. You've got nothing releasing. You've got nothing out there. There's no point you performing. So again, just really think about it. If a big label comes up to you or an independent and says, look, I want to sign you, we'll pay for everything. Don't worry. Remember, it's an
expensive loan.
It's a loan. I think we're all we have misconceptions that it's they're going to pay for all the kind of PR and the marketing and the ad spend and the printing and the tour and stuff like that, but they will want that back.
100%. And also, you got to look at what kind of deal you're signing into. How much of the marketing will they be doing? How much will you be doing? What's your role once you're signed to the label?
Yeah.
And how much is that going to be split? What are bona fide costs as well? Because that's another little term they put
what's a
in.
bona fide cost?
So a cost is reasonable cost, right? A bona fide cost is something that's reasonable. Now, what happens a lot is a song will be put out by a label and they'll have expenses. But what are those expenses? And how big are they going to be? I mean, is the sky the limit when it comes to expenses? What is the limit? Could they just say, well, it cost me $2,000 to put out this track, so when they bring in $2,000, that's theirs, right? Or did it actually cost them the bona fide cost of like £200, say, for example, or $300? So the artist can actually make something out of it. Yeah. So all these small print and things that they've got to take care of. Get a good lawyer, obviously. But before that, if you want to get signed, do you want to stay independent? Could you build your own marketing team? Could you and your own team for putting out music? Get your own distributor. Learn how to monetize your fan base properly and correctly.
Yeah. So what are the 4 tips? So if we had to break it down into 4 tips of becoming an independent artist, everything from distro to admin to your team to your marketing, break that down.
So those are the pillars, aren't they? The 4 things you want to do. So distribution, marketing, team, monetization. Yeah. So looking at how you can develop those tiers, right? So you can those tenets of being an independent artist. you're going to need to understand them all. You've got plenty of tools online, ChatGPT for one. Go and understand how to do all these things. If it's monetization, understand how to collect your royalties from all your distributors in one place, or your distribution company, make sure that they're paying you on time and accordingly. Publishing, looking at how to collect your PRS and to sign up correctly all the tracks onto publishing.
Yeah.
Patreon, YouTube, looking at how to collect Google ads, how to monetize your channel. Then you've got Spotify as well, learning how to monetize that. What is
Patreon? I keep hearing Patreon.
So that's where fans submit kind of donations to you for like content, or to play, or for secret gigs, or secret access to certain things. So yeah, that's a great way to build that tight.
So it's basically like getting it's like a little sort of setting up a fund for your favorite app. Yeah,
and it allows them to get on the road. The fans are almost like part of their team, really.
Yeah. And do you owe anything to those people? So if you've got someone on a £10 a month Patreon, do you owe them anything for that? Really?
Obviously you're going to give them certain content, certain merch, certain access to shows, maybe the VIP access, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's more exclusive, and it makes the fan feel more part of their tribe. And in that respect, like, fans will engage more, and will want to contribute. So that's cool. That's definitely worth doing, especially once you've got that set up. Then you've got
that's completely legal, legitimate.
There's plenty of sites.
There's nothing. I'm playing that devil's advocate here, and So what you add? There's an actual platform you can go on to upload your bank details to. And that makes its way to the artist, does it?
Yeah, there's Patreon sites. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What else have we got in terms of monetization?
We have got merchandise. Have got gig tickets. We have got sync.
Yeah.
Sync
is. We mentioned this on other episodes. The biggest thing with sync is getting in with the right people first.
Yeah.
One mistake artists do is they make a bunch of music and then throw it out and hope it gets sync deals. But the sync agencies have a specific idea about what they want at a given time, and they'll be looking for a sound, a style, a mood, whatever that fits whatever they need at that moment.
Yeah.
And unless you know the right people, you're probably not going to understand what that is. So you want to know who's already signed to these big publishing agencies.
Yeah.
Maybe start writing with them, collaborate with them. That you'll then get access to the briefs. You can then use those briefs to produce music to. A lot of the time, artists will want to maybe not sell their soul a little bit, because they're having to create music for a brief rather than for their own purposes. So there's a balance there as well.
I think most artists, from what I gather from having spoken to most of them, I think they just think they can get their music and just chuck it onto a sync catalogue, and then they're going to be on the next biggest American show tomorrow with their lead track, which does happen. But you've had first-hand experience of this. Usually you're going to be writing music from scratch, aren't you? You have to pay yourself for that. I think it's very rare that you can just, something will come out the current music written.
Again, it's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
But you can submit your own music to libraries. It can sit in libraries and then eventually get picked up. That's another way.
If you sound like someone that's quite iconic, you can then sort of file it within those kind of library sort of sections, and then when they're looking for, I don't know, the next David Bowie or MGMT or Lana Del Rey, and you sound like that person, obviously a lot of time they can't afford those artists. So if you're then the very next best thing, you may get the gig.
Yeah, exactly.
You?
Yeah. What else?
Okay, so Canva is obviously a fantastic tool in terms of design. It's very, very user-friendly. It's got a great app, so you can do everything off your phone. Obviously, most people are on their phones nowadays. So if you have to design kind of tiles for your Instagram, or you want to edit and create a thumbnail for your YouTube, or I don't know, you're trying to design a poster for your next show, Canva has an actual AI feature to it now as well, where it really kind of almost enhances the whole experience and makes things a lot more creative and a lot more easier to use. So yeah, Canva's a great tool for creating your marketing, basically. When I say marketing, it's more of the creative for you to then market out.
And again, when it comes to being independent, you're going to also thinking about, we covered monetization, but you're also going to need to market yourself. Now, ads is the big one here, right? So when we think about playlisting, for example, what a lot of artists get confused with, it's playlists, but it actually is just an ads service. So if you get a playlisting campaign, you're basically getting an ad service. Because those playlists need to be advertised for them to get you onto to certain listeners. So learn how to advertise. That's your next thing.
But you need really good creative to advertise. So you might have the best track in the world, but you need to have the best creative to support that.
That's where Canva comes in. You can do shorts, you can do little 5-second, 50-second reels. And the things that can speed up the workflow as well is going to help you, because a lot of ads need bigger ad funnels of maybe 5-10 pieces of content. You're not going to rely on just one. You're going to have a few that you're going to have to trial and test. And
yeah, we do a lot of that. So with our artists, we do a hell of a lot of testing, don't we?
Yeah.
To make things really, really effective and affordable.
And that comes down to data. So another thing, as an independent artist, you're going to think about your data. A lot of that sounds confusing to artists because they just want to be in the studio, just want to be writing. What the hell is this data thing? But really, it's a combination of everything that you're doing, right? So if you're on social, you're going to create data. So all that engagement, those clicks, those likes, those views, all that gets fed into the Facebook platform or TikTok, or whatever other platforms you're using. Then you've got your mailing list. You know, you've got your list, hopefully, of everyone that bought tickets to your show and everyone that bought merch. That's a really valuable list. So bring that list together along with your mailing list, along with all the data that's stored in Facebook Meta and TikTok. And website. So you've got your pixel, hopefully, on your website. That's tracking data of users.
If you don't have a website, you need to get one.
Get one, because it's great. It's just more data.
Yeah, go on Squarespace. Just create a really simple page. I'm sure there's a feature on Canva as well, which builds website pages for you. As an artist, you don't need too much. You just need a couple of sections on your website, a bit about you, link to your tracks, merch section. That's it.
I mean, we're literally giving you away all the golden secrets here, and a lot of what we do is based on data, and that's how we get great results for artists. But we're just giving you a quick overview. If you can get all your data in one place and you can funnel it into these platforms, you will get the better results from the ads, and and it's going to take time. But you're going to have to build content. You're going to have to build lots of context around your music. You know, it's got to be relevant. You don't just want clicks. It's another mistake. Artists, they just want the clicks. You've got to
think about your scrolling habits as well. So obviously, when you're on Instagram and when you're on TikTok and you're on Shorts and YouTube, whatever, what is it that catches your eye that's enough for you to click and listen to a track? I mean, it's really hard. Like, someone said something today on there was a post on Instagram that really resonated with me. It's like, 1 minute we're scrolling past war-like images to beauty regimes to you know, I don't know, like thirst traps or whatever, and it's like it's crazy. This is content, but it's crazy. It's like never have we had such a melting pot of different subjects whirling around at any one time. So you've got to cut through that, and it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, but test. See what you get. The best thing is look at your data as well. Look at your platforms and what are they telling you in terms of conversion and streams and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean that. And
then I'd say the very final point is obviously the admin, the team, the PR. So talk about the team.
So number one, team. If you haven't built a team already, create your agreement early between your team members. A lot of the mistakes we see is they get, into bed, so to speak, and then a year or two later, someone falls out, disagrees with something, says they own the name, or they say they own the socials or they wrote that part of the track. If you don't have an agreement that binds everything together and it's really clear, you're going to run into conflict. And inevitably you do if you're a band or you've got other people involved. So,
and it's nice to have a manager, I think, as well, because sometimes you can sort of separate the business side from the creative. Like, I think even if you don't have any tracks released on Spotify yet and you just about to book your first gig, I think having that like gatekeeper, that sort of, just adds a layer to your kind of vibe, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because having to do everything yourself as an artist, booking gigs, and talking to promoters, and it's quite annoying. So I think if there's that one person, and it could be your dad, it could be your brother, it could be your mum. Your mum might want to get involved. Brilliant. She's great at admin. Cool. Okay.
You get your contract together, get your team. You've got everyone working with you now. Yeah. You're a unified force. Yeah. You all believe in the dream.
And
so now it's like, what's the split? Put it on the contract. Agree what the split is right at the start.
Yeah. And what's the usual splits? Give the viewers some ideas.
Writers and the performers, generally I would say split it evenly if you can, unless you are like very much the solo
project.
Well,
it's 20/80.
If you, it depends what you. I'm talking about the writers.
Oh, sorry.
Managers 20% normally.
Yeah. Or less.
Yeah, or less. Yeah. Once you've got that out of the way, everyone can just get on with it, and we're not having to deal with this elephant in the room. So yeah.
And I think also, keep a spreadsheet, as sort of as lame as it sounds. If you're in a band, there's 4 of you, and there's one of you that always ends up paying a bit more. So you're booking the rehearsal rooms a bit more. You're putting more petrol in the tank for the trips to the gigs. Document all of that so that actually you're able to kind of show evidence maybe at the end of the month or the year that you're like, oh well, Josh actually paid 80% of the costs of the band this year. So when there is any money coming through, he or she needs to be paid a bit more because they've actually bankrolled quite a bit of it this year. It's kind of keep an admin, keep a spreadsheet of favourite bookers, favourite promoters, favourite festivals, favourite kind of key contacts, who works at what label. Not that we're saying, to be signed, or, maybe there's a blogger or an editor you get on quite well with. Mm-hmm. Keep it all, honestly. Be quite diligent with all of it. And there'll always be one of you that's very good at that within the band, I'd say. Yeah. And then finally, when to choose PR. Obviously at Liberty Music PR, we say anytime's a great time. Your first release, your new project, whatever. I think you need to put some budget towards it, obviously. But PR is a very, very important tool.
Yeah, obviously once your track is ready and it's produced and mastered properly, I think don't get into PR if you haven't got your release ready yet.
Yeah, we reject so many tracks every week, unfortunately, because someone will send us the track and go, right, I'm ready to release, listen to the track, and it's not even produced. It's not even mastered.
And think about your follow-up as well. A mistake we see all the time is artists will get so excited about their release, their baby, they're going to show it to the world. And they go ahead and they do it, and it's like, yes, got this big splash, and then nothing for like months. The platforms reward consistency. Mm-hmm. They, unfortunately, the way Spotify works in particular, and many other platforms, the algos, they just love it when you put out, you drip feed songs or material into them, rather than give them a big EP and then wait another year for another one.
Yeah, that's so true.
And you can get away with that when you're much bigger artists, and maybe like sort of the Weeknd or Taylor Swift or something. You can get away with putting out the big audacious album and everyone's waiting with bated breath. But as a smaller artist, consistency, keep those releases coming out, even if it's like B-sides that you didn't want to put out originally, just to keep them to feed the machine, basically. Yeah,
that's so true. That it's all about the algorithm and feeding it, and potentially just waiting till you've got a bank of tracks, and then kind of putting together a really nice 6 to 8 week release schedule, which you can just eke out over a year. Don't just chuck it all out. Don't write an album and put every bloody track on Spotify immediately, like all 12 tracks, and like you sort of just scattergunned.
That doesn't work when you're starting out.
No.
Or even with a mid-range artist, you've got to eke things out and build story.
I've seen
You've got to
so many artists
entertain people into your release rather than just be like, "Hello world, the release. Listen to me. Come and listen." It just doesn't work. So the artists that are doing well know this, and they play it really well.
Yeah. So hopefully you found that really interesting. That is, just to sort of cap it off, 2025 and beyond is even more exciting in the world of independence, in the world of music. And I think actually more and more artists, even the major signed ones, as we've seen, are choosing to go independent, are choosing to actually shun the, the signed world in favour of sort of their own thing. And I mean, even Taylor Swift, to a certain degree, has managed to get the rights back for all her old sort of catalogue and her old albums, having gone through quite a long, lengthy process. And in a way, that's kind of independence for her again, to be able to get access to that music. So I think we'll see. I think we'll be quite surprised in that we'll see some of these massive global artists actually choosing to go independent. When I say independent, I mean they just got their own little team that are kind of releasing. So I think it's an amazing time. Yeah,
and there's so much resources out there to learn these 4 things. Yeah. So it's a distribution, marketing, monetization, team. Yeah. There's 4 key things. You can go out there and learn them. Yeah. And build your own team and remain independent for as long as you want. Yeah. And do it in an organized way. Don't burn out, but do it because you love doing what you do, I'd say. And I've got 4 tips.
Oh, go on.
No, 3 tips just to finish this off. So number 1, data. Know who your fans are. Collate all your data from your socials, from your mailing lists, from your YouTube, from your tickets, from your merch. Know what that data is and who your fans are, and feed that into your ad platforms to get the best results for your ads.
Yeah, great tip.
Tip number 2, consistency. Consistency beats everything. Don't wait a year or 6 months to put out your next lot of releases. Drip feed the machine. Keep putting out music, whether it's small pieces of content or not. Just keep feeding the algos, and then you'll start to see much better results. Tip number 3.
Number 3 is do not be afraid to re-release a track. So, you may have put a track out last year and it's got under 1,000 plays on Spotify, and you think, oh, but I haven't got any more material. Like, don't worry, let's just re-release it, okay? If it's a really, really good track and you felt that it's a real hit, but you just didn't put enough of those kind of, the 4 pillars that we talked about at the start behind it, then let's re-tackle it. Let's do it again. And actually, even if you decide you want to change your name, let's take that track with us. That's your track. You own that track, and it doesn't matter. And even if maybe a few blogs might have covered it, does not matter, honestly. I think sometimes we get so sort of caught up with this idea that you need fresh new music. We actually, maybe a third of the tracks we work with sometimes at Liberty are re-releases. And they may have only had like a couple of thousand plays the first time round. Second time round, we're hitting like 50, 60,000 plays. Because this time round, you've invested in the team. You've got a proper marketing team behind it. You've got a proper PR team. You've got a manager this time. So do not be afraid to re-release a track. Okay. So
tip number 3, just to summarize, re-release your old music, especially in quiet periods between your new releases. Old music will help you with the consistency, and it's new to everyone who hasn't heard it yet. So that may be millions and millions of people who haven't heard your track yet, so it's new to them. Well,
we hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give us some comments, give us some feedback as to how you found it, whether we were answering the kind of questions that you have in your mind. If there's anything that you feel that you'd like to discuss with us, please include it in the comments underneath. Please please subscribe, please share with your friends, family, dogs, community. We are here for you.
Yeah, we'll be back with more tips soon, so stay tuned.
Bye.